Hello, and welcome back to Classic Song Reviews. I am the man, or the middle-aged nerd if you simply must. As you know, today's music is both morally and artistically bankrupt. In this show, we hearken back to a purer time, when music was excellent and lyrics were meaningful. Today, we examine a song of the novelty variety, based as it is on a popular children's schoolyard game. The song reached number 4 in 1967 and still receives airplay today on oldies stations. The band called itself the 1910 Fruit Gum Company. They were on the forefront of the so-called bubblegum rock movement, a phenomenon which took children's themes, such as popular schoolyard games, and transformed them into quasi-rock songs. Let us see how this phenomenon unfolds. Very nice beat. The instruments are catchy and not overpowering. The original composition sounded somewhat different, but when the Fruit Gum people took it over, they altered the rhythm to make it more reminiscent of other successful novelty songs, such as the ever-popular Woolly Bully, which we have already examined. The change was successful and the song became a hit. Let us see how the lyrics sound.
I'd like to play a game that is so much fun, and it's not so very hard to do.
I appreciate a song that does this. From the very first words, it lets us know that this is a game, a lark, something easy and enjoyable to pass the time. So by all means, do not take this song too seriously. This promises to be pleasant.
The name of the game is Simple Simon Says, and I would like for you to play it too.
We find a bit of inconsistency nonetheless, because while both the song and the game are called Simon Says, our vocalist is calling it Simple Simon Says. Whether this is a rhythmic device, or whether the game actually goes by a different name in his home locale, we do not know. However, it seems that if he is going to give it a longer name in the body of the song, protocol would dictate that the title match the actual lyrics. Despite the fact that 46 years have elapsed since this song's release, I seem to be the first person who has taken note of this particular error. Unfortunately, that is not surprising. However, it is a bit discouraging.
Put your hands in the air. Simple Simon Says. Shake them all about. Simple Simon Says. Do it when Simon says. Simple Simon Says. And you will never be out.
We are into the game proper, which consists of performing certain actions when told to do so, but only when the phrase Simon Says appears in the instruction. I begin to suspect, however, that this current game may be a bit rigged, since we have been told to do certain actions and are apparently expected to perform them, but I have not heard our leader say Simon Says yet. Unless... Please play that again.
Put your hands in the air. Simple Simon Says. Shake them all about. Simple Simon Says. Do it when Simon says. Simple Simon Says. And you will never be out.
Ah! We have the phrase Simple Simon Says recited by the backup singers. A bit of misdirection, perhaps. If this were being performed as a children's game, it would be most unfair because children are unlikely to be able to grasp such subtlety. However, the song is addressed to adults, so I suppose it seems fairly legitimate to alter the rules to make it a bit more challenging. Let us proceed.
Simple Simon Says. Put your hands on your hips. Let your backbone slip. Simon Says.
Hands on hips. Check. Backbone... Actually, that is probably not a good idea. The last time something in my backbone slipped, I was in traction for 2 weeks. I believe I shall omit that move. If that means I am out, so be it. Being out is much less inconvenient than being in traction.
Simple Simon says, put your hands on your head, let your backbone slip. Simon says,
We just did those actions. Is this simply musical repetition, or does he expect the player to repeat these actions? I suppose I had better repeat them just to be on the safe side. Hands on hips, check. Backbone, no, traction.
put your hands on your head. Simple Simon says, bring them down by your side. Simple Simon says, shake them to your left. Simple Simon says, now shake them to your right.
Just a moment. Let me try.
Put your hands on your head. Simple Simon says, bring them down by your side. Simple Simon says, shake them to your left. Simple Simon says, now shake them to your right.
An instrumental break gives us a moment to catch our breath, and then we repeat those lines and actions. From there, we move into the final verse.
Now that you have learned to play this game with me, you can see it's not so hard to do. Let's try it once again, this time more carefully. I hope the winner will be you.
More carefully? Is he suggesting that I did something wrong? I believe I performed all of the actions that included the requisite phrase and avoided the one that did not. I should hope I would be the winner. More carefully indeed. As if one of my intellectual prowess cannot master a simple children... Excuse me? Continue.
Clap your hands in the air.
Just a moment. Let us try this as he calls out the directions.
Clap your hands in the air. Do it double time. Slow it down like before.
Yes. This song has no purpose other than pure enjoyment and mirth. Its infectious beat, coupled with its delightfully childish premise, give it a charm that many bands attempted to mimic, all without success. The 1910 Fruit Gum Company released several more songs based on children's games and phrases, and it is a tribute to their creativity that all of them charted. As the 60s progressed and music became more reactionary and political, one band stepped up and said, "People, let us take a breather. Because if we cannot laugh, what is the point of life?" And the music-buying public agreed. This just goes to show, we listened to some excellent stuff. Need I say more?